Yo, man, welcome back to another episode of that Stay Off My Grass podcast. I know it's been a minute, man. It's a lot that transpired, a lot that happened, a lot that, we need to dive into for a hot, quick second, man. But to kick it off, man, I just want to start it off by saying, let's just kick it off with the KD situation. I'm kind of glad that I didn't hop on here like as soon as the KD news broke because I completely jumped out the window. Like as soon as it broke, as soon as Woj tweeted and Chris Haynes said that he wanted to come to Phoenix, I literally jumped out the window. I was like, man, KD's coming to Phoenix. It's all over with. The league about to be put on notice and woo woo and blah blah blah. And I feel like now that I sat down with it a little bit more, it's just like I've gathered my composure. Number one, number two, I still think it's hope, and I'll dive into that a little bit. But it was just a lot just to deal with coming with KD and all that other stuff that that come along with it. But to dive into it, do I think that we still have a chance to get Kevin Durant, even though we re-signed Deandre Ayton? I'll dive into that a little bit later on too. We re-signed Deandre Ayton. Do I still think that our KD chances are gone? And I still got pretty high hopes. I'm gonna go. I probably like 80% that I think that we can still get Kevin Durant. Hopefully, best case scenario, we can get him like when the season hasn't started. I don't want him in the middle of the season. I don't want him at the trade deadline. I low key want him at training camp just so he can get to know the system and get acclimated, and we can just hit the ground rolling type situation. Like I don't want to, we played the first 2 months without him type situation, and then he kind of had to catch up or whatever. Like, nah, I don't want that. But like I said, I feel like we still got a pretty good chance because I feel like just what I've been hearing through Suns news and just all the people, Suns insiders, is telling me is that people around the league or teams around the league have been lowballing to try to get Kevin Durant, including the Phoenix Suns. From what I've been hearing, we offered up 2 picks with Landry Shamet, Jay Crowder, and whoever, some Ricky Dink ass players. So it's just like I wouldn't take that deal either. And so I still feel like we haven't showed our best cards yet, or we still haven't played our our all end all be all kind of situation. So I feel like we still got a pretty good chance. And then they did say, I seen in my little Suns group chat, shout out to them on IG, that they said Robert Sarver did fly to Brooklyn in his jet or whatever the case may be. So it might be something there with that. But yeah, man, I just feel like we still have a lot. And another thing that really been hitting me hard is with this KD situation is that look, man, like I don't know if I'm ready to let go of Cam Johnson or Mikal Bridges. Like I want KD bad. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's about the program. I really want the ring bad. You know what I'm saying? But like at the price of Cam Johnson, that really made me think. When I first got the news, I was crazy. I was excited. I jumped out the window. I was like, yeah, we about to get KD. And then I want to say probably like 20, 30 minutes later, I'm like, damn, but what would we have to give up to get him? And I was like, that's either Mikal or Cam, you know what I'm saying? Or both, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. And then like the way it's looking right now, as of today, it's looking like more of a Cam kind of situation. Looking like we're doing everything in our anything that we can do to keep Mikal. But I think that starting 5 is crazy though. Just you know what I'm saying? Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. Like, show me who beating that. Like, for real, for real. But anyways, yeah. But I don't know, man. I just feel like I just got a lot of sentimental value with Cam Johnson. He done, you know what I'm saying? I think just at the end of the day, I think his ceiling is higher than Mikal's. That's why a little bit of parts of me wants to keep him, but we definitely need Mikal just for the championship aspect of we need that guy that's going to go around and grab boards, get steals, get deflections, just that Andrew Wiggins type, you know what I'm saying, player that's just going to guard the other team's best player and just be a nuisance. So we need that guy. And obviously Cam is not that guy on defense. But like I said, he can shoot. He gave us a lot of good moments. He gave us that PJ Tucker moment. He gave us that moment against the Knicks. And it's just like, I don't want this to stop. I don't want the Cam Johnson show to stop. But I feel like at the end of the day, we got to mentally just be ready for one of them to go whenever that news break. You know what I'm saying? That one of them had to go. But I'm still very optimistic about the KD situation. It's just, I'm just waiting like everybody else to get that notification like, oh, Woj broke it or whoever broke it. Like, oh, KD's coming to Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he's made it known that he wants to come to Phoenix. And if I was other teams, I wouldn't want to like gut my entire team because I feel like that's what Brooklyn wants people to do. Like they want people to gut their whole entire team to get Kevin Durant. But then it's a couple of things that's like, I'm not going to gut my team for a 34-year-old dude that, number one, might not want to be where I'm trading him to. Number two, might shake in a year or two. You know what I'm saying? Because he's shown tendencies to shake. He might even be in Phoenix for a year or two. As long as he gets the ring, I don't care. But he might be in Phoenix for a year or two and then decide, all right, like he want to bounce out from there. So it's just like, I'm definitely not about to gut my team for, you know what I'm saying, a 37-year or 34-year-old guy that's been hurt. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to KD, because like I said, when he come, I'm gonna be the biggest KD Avenger. But like, it's just like, is you asking for a lot. So it's just like, and I feel like I said, I feel like we still haven't shown our best or like offered our best trade package. So I still think we got one in the chamber. So hopefully, and then like I said, that Deandre Ayton, and to dive into that Deandre Ayton contract. And one thing I've learned as a fan, or I feel like as we all should learn from this Deandre Ayton, as Suns fans or just NBA fans in general, like, do not believe what you hear. Do not believe everything that you hear, even if it's from Woj, even if, because I'm low key borderline believing that Woj is saying certain things about certain teams or like certain situations just so he can help leverage out for other people, if that makes sense. Like, Woj went on there and said, yeah, like they signed Deandre Ayton, so I think the chances is slim or whatever the case may be. But I think that, to me, it seems like he's trying to give the leverage back to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and we all know that him and Sean Marks have a relationship. He's been on the podcast a couple of times and all that other stuff. So it's like he has reason to kind of like help him out or whatever the case may be. So it's just like, okay, like I think that, but like I said, and another example of not believing in everything you see is because, or everything you hear, I'm sorry, is because with the Deandre Ayton situation, if you really pay close attention and get surgical, well, Deandre Ayton's agent came out and said that we don't value him, right? Everybody jumped out the window and said, oh man, we don't value DA. We don't look at him as a max player and woo, blah, blah, blah. But that was never really said if you really want to get surgical. His agent just said that he doesn't think that the Suns value him, right? And so we all jumped out and was like, oh, he's not a max or whatever, whatever, and did that for however many months long, however long that conversation lasted. But if you go back to James Jones' exit interview, he said signing Deandre Ayton is a priority, but we don't want to give him that 5th year. I don't know what he said exactly, but it was something around that. Like, we don't want to give him the 5-year max, right? We want to give him the 4, and then when we offered him the 4 the first time, they didn't even sit down with us. They was just like, no, we're not taking anything but the maximum that you can give us. So James Jones is so crazy and so, like, you know what I'm saying, finesse, like Mr. Finesse. He said, okay, boom. And like Indiana kind of was like the sucker in all this because they played right into our hands. Because if we never wanted to give him the 5th year max anyway, right? And we wanted him to get that whatever 120 or 130 or however much money he was getting anyways for 4 years, then we say, all right, boom, like we'll let somebody else match you, right? And then the most that they can offer is 4 years, 130 million. And that's what we was trying to get from the get-go. So it's like we kind of finesse Deandre Ayton because it's just like, we're not going to give you the max. You can go somewhere else and they're going to offer you what we're trying to offer you. And as soon as they offer it, we're just going to match it. And that's exactly what happened. So it's just like, we can't believe everything we've been hearing. You know what I'm saying? Because what we've been hearing is that, oh, like the Suns don't want DA, woo, woo, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's not necessarily the truth. It's like, we just don't want to give him that 5th year max with all these, you know what I'm saying, with the 150 or the 170 million that he wants. We want him for 4 years and da-da-da and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, damn, bro. So it really made me sit down and like, really like, okay, like going into free agency or some of these rumors and stuff like that is just like, everything ain't what it seems all the time, every single time. So it was definitely a learning thing for me. But to, you know what I'm saying, to skip on down the road to the next topic I got. Shout out to D-Book for the 2K cover, NBA 2K23, long overdue for sure. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to keep it a bean. It's kind of hard for me to be happy for D-Book, man, just because it's like, this nigga has set us up so many times, like set us so high just to let us down so many times. And it's just like, it's hard for me to be happy for him just because of everything that just transpired. Like just going back from like, all right, like I don't want to miss the playoffs no more. And we always like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And then we missed the playoffs. And then it's just a bunch of other little, and then like going back to the finals, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he had 19 points in a closeout game. You know what I'm saying? Against, I understand I gave him a pass just because his hamstring and all this other stuff, but it's just like it seems like repetitively he just does that. You know what I'm saying? He had 19 points in that closeout, even though he had like 40. He had a good series overall, but it's just like in that closeout game, you was absolutely like cold. You know what I'm saying? And then rewind it back to Game 7 against the Mavs. Like I still mentally cannot get over the fact that I looked at the TV, was watching TV, and they put up his stat line when he's at the free throw line in the third quarter, and it said he had 7 points, and he hadn't made a shot. So it's just like it's tough. It's tough for me, like because it's just like I've jumped out the window so hard for D Book so many times before. It's just like it's just hard now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like more so like I'm leaning into more like I'm a Suns fan. Like I'm like nobody's bigger than the program. It's just I'm a Suns fan because it's like I said, when I got invested in Book, it just seems like time and time and time and time again, it's just like he kind of let us down when he played on national TV. Like you if you watch my channel, you know how I feel about national TV Book. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but yeah, man. But shout out to him. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get that out there, just let that off my chest because I was been sitting on there. But like I said, man, we will keep y'all updated if KD do come or whatever the case may be. So be expecting a video. Jeremiah gonna be coming over. We're gonna be talking about Kyrie pretty soon and him potentially coming to the Lakers. So till next time, man. Peace.